So. Gonna be right back.
Stop that.
Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations, the podcast which features a group of friends to which are behind the business, talking movies and TV older recent. And today we're pretty much continuing the big trend down basically the final few miles of it. Basically, the final few miles of a journey is the best way to describe it. But now we can finally address something that was kind of briefly glanced over, but not quite. Fixed in quotations last week with Uprooted.
Yep. Definitely, it's definitely an episode. It's not a bad episode. Not a great episode. Kind of a rehashy episode, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, probably an episode that needed to happen.
Yeah. All seriously,
Oh, sorry.
All seriously, notice we're sort of back on the physical type of deal kind of thing.
Yes, we have a semi-studio setup. I know this wrapping paper is, the best thing you've ever seen, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. I know.
I think I found a thing of that wrapping paper at a what was it? At a Goodwill.
Ah. Little peek into my world right there. I was looking for colors I would need. Let's check. Checking for colors. Beep, boop, bop, beep. Highly organized room. Where the frick did my airbrush colors go? I thought I had a yellow. Oh, there is a yellow. All right, I guess I have all my colors there. So basically, yeah, actually just today I got some studio lights, so those are really bright. And if you've noticed, there are no shadows, so that really helps, display what we are doing. Also kind of helps me get the correct colors,
Yeah.
There's no shadows, you can't see. Yeah. So let's get some colors going. So we want this color. So I think my plan for today is I will airbrush blue, light blue, because that's the main color. And I just won't mask it off. And then I will do the hair with a tiny, tiny brush. And I'll also do the eyes, tiny, tiny brush. But I think most of it will be the blue. And I don't know what I'll do for the cutie marks. I think I will just not do them right now. I might print out I might print out a tiny decal and just stick it on there with some super glue.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like you could just print out a tiny, tiny sticker.
Yeah, I might have to do that. I also have this one. I don't think I'll be doing it today just because this will take so long. You can just chill right there.
No, don't you see? It's already perfect. She's once again been turned to stone by cockatrice.
Shoot. I think this is the only blip, by the way, I have. I don't think I've used it either, so.
So it is already complete.
We don't have to do Twilight, or is that what you... Oh, shoot.
Having way too much fun.
Well, I want you to have fun. We'll need people to have fun. Here we go. Oh, sorry. So, I'm just screwing gloves today. We're just going to get covered in paint. We'll do 1, 2. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to go... No, it's 5. Let's do 5. We probably won't need that much. And we're going to do a lot of white. Let's keep them in the frame. Why not? And then do a lot of white because Rainbow Dash is actually really, really, really bright. Oh, flickered the lights there on accident. Sorry. I literally stepped on the. Oh, I'm stepping on the power for them.
Yeah, don't do that.
You can't tell me what to do.
Or can I?
Well, you can, but I won't listen.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually watching some art videos earlier today.
Yeah?
I don't know if you know the YouTube channel Drawfee.
I don't.
Well, basically, the video I watched, they were drawing Link in different genre styles.
Yes, there are many.
One was original Clone Wars style Link. You know, the original Clone Wars series of shorts.
Ah. Yes.
And one was kind of an intern Link. Had a whole bunch of full orders, a bag with the Hyrule crest on it, and a little Navi pendant on his bag strap. And then the third one was, what was it? I think it was inspired by Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, okay.
Or dark fantasy look.
Need even whiter than that. Rainbow Dash is actually really pale.
They also did one where they drew Disney characters as Dark Souls bosses.
How pale is Rainbow Dash? Jeez. I'm not mixing it. White in there. Okay, yeah. I'm rubbing the walls off. Okay, it was all at the bottom, I think.
Yeah, I realize I'm usually the one who's like, okay, getting into the recap, but I'm just kind of caught up in the whole old paint thing.
It is very fun to watch.
Yeah.
Could use a little more white if I say so.
Yeah, I'm mixing it, so it's actually not fully mixed. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, still needs more white. White there. So if that's not enough, I don't know what will be. I gotta do a lot there. I really should have just started with one drop and then did a lot of... Because I don't think I'll need this much color. Okay, that's getting closer to her color. Come.
3 episodes later.
Yeah. I think that's actually... I have to remember it's going... There's like a film on top that's darker than the body. Yeah, okay, that's... Gotta scoop up. There we go. Okay, I think that's actually pretty close. I want it to be kind of dark because we need to cover the gray. You know what I mean?
True.
If it's too light, I don't know if it'll cover it all. Try it out. You want to maybe do a bit more white? Tinge. And by tinge, I mean a lot.
Yeah, I have the episode on standby for when we do get started.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we started, but you know, when we start with the recap.
It's not that long an episode.
Yeah.
It's also not that complicated of one, to be honest.
True.
Hang on, how's this coming? What do you guys think? How's this look? I think this is as close as we're gonna get, reasonably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty close, actually. And I think these are a bit pale. These prints. Okay, so we're gonna have to pour and same time. I think I'm gonna put it in its little holder down here. You guys can still see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the most paint I've ever done.
Would you say it's probably more than you need?
You know what? Actually, I don't have any more prints of Rainbow Dash, so... Actually, I do have a corrupted one over there, but oh well. Let's take this out. Gently does it. I might print that girl over there I have in this blue. Ooh. That or I could print that derpy figure again. I mean, it's pretty close to Rainbow Dash. All right, moment of truth. Pose these up. Put these up. And put you off. Look at that. That's actually a pretty good color. That matches. So let's hit her up. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
I'm liking that. That's so cool. We're chilling. Nice. So I see it. These blemishes show up when I paint it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna go back over it
Yeah.
and sand it, and then do another layer after I'm done with this one.
But yeah, that's pretty much the perfect color.
Yeah, that's really coming out good. Remember that toy maker from Toy Story? That weird guy that fixes up Woody? I feel like that guy right now.
Hmm.
Bro, that's awesome. Look at that.
Yeah. It's good.
I'm surprised at how good that color is. That's a really good rainbow dash. Look at that. That color, I mean.
Yeah. And hey, if you ever need to go back and see exactly what combination, you can just go back and check the video.
Exactly.
I know I kind of did that at last time, but I wasn't really paying attention this time.
I'm literally running out of paint. I mean, that's like, I'm using, well, I've got a. Her wings are pretty detailed. Getting a bit too much farther. We also know the student streams now.
What?
So is the tree better than Luna?
You're gonna start some fights over this one, aren't you? Like that is not a comparison you make easily.
Many fans will die on that hill. That's really cool. That's coming out really well.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally not I took this off the printer and I've started painting it. I haven't done anything to it. Well, I haven't painted it previously. Look away, guys.
Ah!
I'm always a little bit surprised at how much surface area models have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me there's a bit of sanding I gotta do there. Missed a bit in here. might as well sand her bum. I wonder how that will fade. That scratch that I just put on the paint. I wonder if that'll work. Oh. Her bum is fixed.
Yeah, it's weird how something so simple can be so captivating.
Are you watching the whole thing?
Uh-huh.
It is really kind of, it is fun to just do this as well. That was satisfying doing it.
Another reason I realized to hold off a little bit before we do the recap is if we start now, we'll just have a hissing sound over it the whole time.
This is true. You could mute me too if you want, if you really want to start now.
Well, I'm in no hurry. By the sounds of it earlier, it sounded like you were going to do some more manual painting later.
I am. I have to do all the hair and eyes.
Yeah.
Do the hair, which will be annoying because I have to do it in different colors. Rainbow Dash is like the most obnoxious color. Sorry, Rainbow Dash, but it's true.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, why couldn't Rainbow Dash be less rainbow, you know?
Really, I mean, seriously, the nerve. Broke a bit of her eyelash off, just a bit. That's so detailed. I mean, that actually highlights it a lot. The inside of her leg right there. done, I think. That is so cool. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Ooh. Close. I'm actually going to go get a napkin to wipe that up so I don't knock it. Okay. Put it down, and then I'll keep this with blue in it just for now, but do I have anything to wipe that? Ooh! Nearly knocking the studio light over. Don't really have any paper to... And I'm kind of tethered to this right now, so... I guess we will just have to spread that out so that it dries faster. I'm sorry. And we can dry that. Airbrush. Man, that kind of ruins it. Oh well. Now we got to get some colors. You can probably start talking again. Oh, you want to go through the thing now?
Okay. So, right. Uprooted. So the episode begins with Silverstream performing some stunts for Rainbow Dash, and is told that she's just become the first non-Pegasus Wonderbolt. And her first job starts now. Meanwhile, Scylla is found out that apparently she's been missing a class all year, and there's a test, and if she doesn't pass, she's not going to be able to graduate. Yona is falling.
Yona's just always falling. Yay, I need all the...
Meanwhile, Smolder is chilling in a dress, sitting by a lake of... I want to say... I'm not sure if that's supposed to be coffee or tea. The teapot, so I'm going to say tea. But it's the coloration really that makes me go, hmm. Also, there's chocolate.
Gonna go rogue for a second. We'll need lots of this.
Yeah, Smolder sees the rest of the group seeing her, and yeah, you saw nothing. Gallus is being claustrophobic, but they get him out. And Sandbar, he's trying to decide which cupcake to choose. But as anyone could probably tell, this is a dream, and they've been summoned by the spirit of the Tree of Harmony in the form of Twilight.
She really likes Twilight.
Yeah.
I don't know if those are cupcakes, because those things are huge.
Well, it is a dream.
Yeah, Alex.
It's like the entire... Yeah, those are definitely cupcakes. But yeah, basically, they've been told to... they've basically been summoned by the tree. Which is a bit of an issue considering in the last episode.
Yeah.
So, Spike and Twilight are getting the school, working on the school and stuff, because new school year's gonna start and all that. But there's a crisis. She only has 20 markers, and they're all orange.
Highlighters.
Highlighters. Sorry.
Mind you, jeez. We should fire this guy.
No! Spike, however, doesn't see what the big deal is, because, Twilight's the only one who color codes stuff.
What about Ocellus?
I was gonna say Cozy Glow. I'm pretty sure she color coded stuff for Twilight.
That was just to get into her, I think.
But nothing to worry about. The students won't be back for and here they are. Yeah, they explain that they've been summoned by the Tree of Harmony, which, as we said, is a bit of an issue because, yeah, Sombra destroyed it. And the elements.
And the universe.
Yeah, they learn about this and are kind of bummed out, but they ask if they can see what's left of the tree anyway. So off they go to the pile of crystal ruins.
That apparently they haven't touched either.
Wait. Just skipping ahead a bit. So you know that card of tree remains that Sandbar carted off.
Yeah.
That's nowhere near the amount of tree that there was left over.
I just made pink.
Wait, what? So I was looking at your screen.
I'm not looking at a screen either.
Fair point.
Let's try this. That's orange. Oh my gosh. Ow, did you hear that?
No.
That was my fingers. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Right. So anyway, the students six are at the remains of the tree, and they figured they must have been summoned here for a reason, and they figured that reason is to do something to what's the word? Hold on.
Honor.
Yes, to do something to honor its memory, I just replayed a bit of the video.
Remembrance.
However, before they can get started, it was Thorax, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been a while since he's actually been important.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, he shows up with Twilight because he's been wondering where Ocellus has been because she just ran off, and it's like, so they try to explain the situation that, well, in Smolder's words, it's a dragon quest, but Ocellus isn't a dragon. No matter how much she tries to shapeshift. I liked that bit. It's like, Ocellus isn't a dragon. She changed into a dragon. You know what I mean.
I think the appropriate term would have been friendship quest without the map.
Yeah. But try to, they can stay and do their thing if they get permission. Cue the montage.
That's a better red, I think, right there. I think I'll use that.
For some, it's a bit of a challenge getting permission. Smolder has to win an arm wrestling competition. Yoda has to run through some mats and do chores. Silverstream, she drew a bunch of stuff to explain the situation. She's very into the whole art thing. Gallus, on the other hand, gave the permission slip to Grandpa Gruff and got it signed and slammed back into his face.
That was easy.
And Ocellus got it signed by her entire family. So while they've been on, Sandbar decided to clean up the place and actually got rid of the tree.
Oof.
As Yoda put it, Sandbar heart in right place. And as I put it, Sandbar brain, not so much. Yeah, because like, how are you supposed to do something to remember if it's not there? But don't worry, Sandbar has a plan. He planted a new tree. Everyone else generally agrees that this is a stupid idea.
I don't know why they're ganging up on Sandbar. He's trying his best, alright? It may not be the best idea, but...
But yeah, the rest of the six have different ideas. Okay, most of the six have different ideas. Silverstream wants to do paintings and art to show the feeling, how the Tree of Harmony impacted everyone and feelings and stuff.
Hippie.
Gallus wants to make a museum. Smolder wants to make a really impressive rock sculpture to show off its power. Ocellus wants to make a place where people can and contemplate their inner thoughts and what the elements really meant to them. Yoda would like them all to stop their bickering. Yoda is best yak. But she even asked them if they could just, work together, find a plan that works. And they're all nope. And go off to do their own thing. Yoda not happy with this. So Sandbar is running into the tree. Gallus has already started working on turning it into a museum. Actually has some customers.
One of them is not Cheerly.
Yeah, it's like you may think it's her at first, but it's not. Do you know how? You can tell the difference? Charlie doesn't wear a hat. Yep. That's totally it.
They're running out of color palettes that match.
Yeah. But yeah, Gallus puts a pictures and... Oh my god. Did he make a gift shop? There's even what looks like mugs with pictures of the different elements of harmony on it. And by that, I mean the main six is cutie marks. And there's popcorn. And little figures of the tree. Ay. It's like... Seriously, he's stealing Flim and Flam's shtick. They would totally pull this. Tell me I'm wrong.
How does Rainbow Dash's tail work, by the way? Is it like red on top to... Quick, I can't Google a picture.
Not it.
I don't have a picture of her anywhere.
Seems to be on the bottom according to what I'm seeing.
So it goes like red on the bottom up.
Yeah.
What's it end with? Purple?
Yeah.
So it goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, right?
Yes.
Okay, you're probably gonna have to remember that. So the red is this. How many strings are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probably. And there's 6 colors, so we can do like these two being red, and then this one being orange, and then this one being yellow, this one being green, this one being blue, and this one being purple.
And today we've learned how rainbows work.
Don't judge me.
And it's also set up a whole new fabricated backstory for the tree. Because of course.
He's doing it because he likes the tree, not...
Smolder, meanwhile, gets to work on a rock sculpture. By kicking and punching and clawing at a chunk of rock until it's in the right shape.
I don't know who tried the hardest, to be honest.
To be fair, that's more productive than what Gallus is doing. Or Sandbar.
Sandbar has a lot of heart, not much effort.
Yeah. Silverstream gets to work on painting. And almost splashes Yoda with some element of loyalty. I think it was loyalty. Yeah, the yellow was loyalty. Meanwhile, Oscilla gets a nice new fountain, and unfortunately spills some water on the paint. Because, as Silverstream put it, brown is not an element of harmony.
Never know.
Also, did Oscilla steal that from the school? That fountain looks like it came from the school.
The courtyard?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm sure they won't notice it missing.
They didn't build. Well, no, the School of Friendship was built, wasn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, nice new fountain in for a meditation center. Only peaceful thoughts. Meanwhile, Gallus is harassing more customers. Actually, the same customers. Smolder tries to bring in the statue. Gallus, trying to juggle all these characters.
To be fair, Gallus is probably a better character than the brothers.
Yeah. Then again, and Fum and Flem have been overused.
Great.
But yeah, Gallus doesn't want the statue in the museum. They get into a fight over it. The statue drops on the fountain, splashing water everywhere onto the paint, ruining the meditation center, and almost crushes the tree.
The live.
No one is happy. And they all start blaming each other, and Yona tells them to cut that shit out. Like, this is not what the Tree of Harmony was about. And that, yeah, the actual tree may be gone, but it's here in our hearts and all that stuff.
I just realized there is a reference in that. There's a bit of a callback in that. You think you can destroy the elements of harmony just like that? You're wrong, because the spirits of the elements of harmony are right here!
Ah, yes. But yeah, the tree lives on in their friendship and stuff. So, no plan. Clean up the mess. Build something new with the remnants of the tree. Which, although Sandbar got rid of them, he didn't take them that far. They were really heavy.
I mean, solid crystal would be really heavy.
Yeah.
But he only had a little bit of time.
Obviously not your average Earth pony, because apparently those guys are supposed to be strength.
But don't forget, it's Sandbar. He's probably lazy. But yeah, the new plan is to make a treehouse.
And we use that term very loosely.
Well, I mean, they're making a house out of the tree, so... But yeah, so and during this we get our first song of the season, which, not bad.
I can definitely see at least one person asking for it in karaoke.
Yeah. So yeah, as they sing, they build the treehouse, and they finish it up, and it's okay. It's a bit of a mess.
They didn't follow building codes.
Yeah,
It's gonna have to be taken down.
but although it's a bunch of mishmash of this and that, it's like it's like the Student 6. So yeah, it's good. They get in. But they must have angered the tree, because the room shakes, and crystals grow up from the ground. Yeah, basically, they got a free upgrade.
You put very little effort in, and boom.
Yeah. Basically, it grew all the way from the cave below up to the castle of the two sisters above, into an even better looking treehouse.
With a tree in it, actually.
Yeah, it's very cherry blossom-esque. With like the pink crystally leaf bits.
And we did comment, all of us, that were like, that would have been probably a better tree than Twilight, sadly.
Yeah, that definitely looks better than Twilight's castle.
Sorry, Twilight.
Did you get that, Colin?
What?
Did you get that, Colin?
Get what?
Is it an image of the fountain from the courtyard that I sent?
Different fountain.
So
Similar though. Sorry, I was looking at the video.
So if Ocella's built the fountain, she built an entire fountain, but didn't build it where it needed to be, and then and then moved it in.
But yeah, so quickly enough, Twilight and Spike show up because she sensed the surgeon of magic, and yeah, I wondered what this thing is.
What the frick is
The
that?
Student 6 are basically one and the same thing, so they tell her what happened, and Twilight figures the Tree of Harmony is adapting and changing and all that stuff.
Science magic. Who?
Yes. And that their friendship may be stronger than they think.
This episode is kind of heavy in that a bit. You know, I mean, it happened. You know, we get an episode like that every once in a while.
Yeah.
What's the explanation? We don't.
It's magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, so they all decide to take a tour of the new place, and that's where the episode ends.
And cut.
Yeah, it's like the quickest comparison to another episode I can make was, I believe it was Castle Sweet Castle.
Really?
Yeah, remember, old tree is destroyed and need to make boot place, but use parts of old tree.
The thing about Castle Sweet Castle was the thing was already built.
True, but you still have the whole bit of the 5 or 6 in this case arguing about what to actually do to help with the situation.
It was like this. The library destroyed.
Yeah, it's like
During
tree
the
was
event-
destroyed. Yeah.
During specific event, after a specific fight, Twilight gets to Newcastle Dash dollhouse. Best thing I could do because again, buy her toys. She's still a bit skittish about the new place. Friends try to make her more welcome. Ideas don't quite exactly work. Dig up roots from the old place. Makes for
to make a nice ceiling ornament and for the new place.
Yeah. There is a bit, and as I said before we started, there was a bit of a difference here. A library isn't quite as important to the balance of the world as magical artifacts.
Sure. The way I would have put it is tree that was a source of comfort to Twilight Sparkle. One being the other being a source of basically, hey, here's our magical MacGuffin of national defense.
It's called a nuclear weapon.
I thought they were calling it the orbital friendship cannon.
Starship. Or Star Wars, yeah. And that's not reference to the movie. That's.
But you can kind of see how it slightly feels a little rehashy. Though with a slightly different flavor to it. And actually the numbers match up. Like original, five of the main six arguing. In this one, Yona stays out of it, so that still leaves 5 arguing.
Hey. But Yona's the one to fix it, whereas Twilight never kind of interacts.
True.
So we've gotten two corners of the same thing, where one, the main arguers figure out how to work through it. To the other one, they don't figure out how to do it, and they need a third party.
Yeah.
Take your pick on which is.
But like I said before, it's not the best episode, but it's something that needed to be done. Just from what happened last episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we really need a friendship tree anymore?
Of course, some may feel it as a bit of a cop-out after last episode. Oh, wait, no, the tree's fine. Nothing to worry about. Like, yeah. Take away all the dramatic tension from last episode.
Why don't you?
So, yeah, this episode may rub people the wrong way just due to that alone. Since, some people like consequences to actually stick.
That's kind of me. I wanted permanent change, and I didn't mind the Tree of Harmony.
They gave us more than, like, it didn't even last an episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, technically it did last an episode, but you get the idea.
Kind of not.
Well, I mean, it was destroyed in part 1. So part 2 was a whole episode.
Okay.
And even then, and you had the whole, oh, the elements are inside us all along, friendship is magic. Boosh. So even then, you get the whole, like, well, the elements aren't really gone now, are they?
No, they're just... Maybe they've always been in them.
Or like I said last time, the true elements were the friends we made along the way. But yeah.
Pretty much a good time for me to mention that a particular episode of an 80s cartoon I used to watch reruns of. sort of came up with something along the lines of, books, buildings, statues are all very important, but freedom and justice come from our hearts and our spirits.
Huh.
Shoot. What he said.
Yes.
I should also mention that Luna is technically a guardian of dreams. Dreams are sort of a, well, out of control. You're really not expecting what's next.
Yeah.
Man, this is a nightmare. Sorry, Dash, but I hate this. Look at how intricate this is. This is so.
But yeah, MVP of the episode goes to Yona. As I said before, Yona is best yak.
And only, to be honest.
Only yak that matters.
Don't be yaxist.
She's certainly come far from her introduction, I can say that much.
Yeah.
How's the hair looking so far? It's got a very hairy look. You know, I mean, it's not perfect in that it is fluffy, sort of looking.
A hairy look? I don't know. It looks more like a Steven to me.
Get out. Can we kick him, Alex? Seriously? Get him out of here! Get him out of here! To reference our president.
You just
get him out! Get him out of here! That was amazing. I love that. Get out! I want him in here. And that's so fun.
But yeah, it's like not a horrible episode, not the best.
Yeah, it leaves.
Feels like a slight misstep to lead off with this one and so soon after the last one. But again, it also needed to happen. So I'm just kind of conflicted on that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an okay.
So yeah, I'd probably give it 7 out of 10.
That seems fair.
I may go a step lower, to be honest. It was kind of boring to me.
I spent between 6 and 7.
Yeah, I'll do 6.
I'm also trying not to be as negative as I seem to have been last season.
You were sort of negative. But you really were affected by that Chrysalis episode.
Completely pointless. Also, going by several reviews, general consensus is that Season 8 was kind of a meh season.
Was it meh overall?
Well,
I think it had a lot of highs and a lot of lows, and that was why it becomes off as meh.
Yeah.
In that there were some really good episodes, and then there were several that were just kind of mediocre.
Also, one thing to note about the song is that, yeah, they were talking about like the tree and stuff, but I can help but notice that one can also kind of take it and make it a little nod at the fandom. like, since the series is ending, you know.
To be honest, I'll have to listen to it again because I wasn't listening very hard. I was doing something else.
I kind of got that feeling, sort of.
Yeah.
How does their front look? That about the right ratio?
I'll let you know as soon as Dash is on camera. Okay. Not bad.
Get you a... panning shot there. I gotta do the tail. You guys still there?
Nope.
Oh, shoot.
Woot!
In other news, if you're a Star Wars fan, oh boy.
If you're just a fan of stuff owned by Disney in general this year.
Well, I mean, you got really treated today. Have you seen all the stuff today? Star Wars?
The trailer was pretty good.
It was okay.
Yeah, I'm like about the trailer. There's also 2 games, I think, that were announced. And those look way more interesting. So, we got that, boys. If you haven't seen those, check those out, seriously, if you're looking. But they are EA, so we will wait.
But yeah, like that new trailer, it's like, end of a new saga. Who is the villain? Oh, well, look, it's Palpatine again.
You thought I fell down a hole. And I did.
It's like, are we going to deal with, like, evil clones again? It's, we did this in the original extended universe.
They ran out of ideas. They looked at the books. Like, shoot, guys, we got to make another one of these movies. What do we do?
Yeah, hopefully we'll still have Kylo Ren to fall back on as an amusing train wreck.
And also, can I mention that her lightsaber that, blew up, Luke's lightsaber, is just fine now?
Yeah, I think there was some talks about potential retcons.
Seriously?
Maybe, possible. I don't know, for confirmed. Which, I mean, given the last movie, it's like, wouldn't be the worst idea.
No one liked it. Well, fans didn't like it. I hate how a lot of times they're like, oh, it's the fans just don't like it because it's different. It's like, no, it just wasn't interesting, to be honest. It was boring.
Yeah.
And it
like, do we really need the casino planet?
Yeah. And there was like, that whole side thing was used, literally nothing happened. Was it pretty? Yes. Did it get rid of Luke in a really disturbing and a dumb way? Yes.
They aren't keeping to the third movie our motif, I can say that much. We had Return, then we had Revenge, and now we have Rise.
So is it going to break the mold of Star Wars movies in that Star Wars movies work in cycles, sort of, so far, at least? So if we get... So the first movie ended on a rise, and then the next one ended on fall, and then the next one ended on a rise again. And then the prequel era ended on a fall, and then ended on a rise, and then ended on a. So that means we're on course to get a rise, fall, rise. But if we get, no, wait. It should be kind of, shouldn't it be like the Clone Wars era where it should be a fall, rise, fall? I don't know. You guys getting what I'm saying?
Sort of. I was just still thinking about the second one, and it's like, yeah, The Last Jedi is completely forgettable. Like, other than and Snoke getting sliced and Luke dying, I can't really remember much of any of it.
Spoilers. It's boring. It's annoying. It's kind of it.
It's forgettable.
It's a slap in the fans' face again.
Probably didn't help that they had a different director for the movie.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the vein of what Ben Shapiro said, and I like his idea. He was asked about Star Wars, and he's like, they should have just not done a movie right after. They should have just jumped really far into the future. And not had any Luke, not had any Leia, not had any Han, nothing. So that you can't, they wouldn't wreck the characters. You could still read the books and be fine, right? And
yeah.
Everything would be peachy, but they didn't. They just
go way back, go Old Republic.
Yeah, do something like that, and it would make fans happy. It would make newcomers not care. You wouldn't need to watch the old movies to get what was happening, right? Just be like, oh, okay, it's a new story, right? They just advertise it as a new story, and then you wouldn't have all they wouldn't have all the references and crap. At most, the first movie was just references, basically.
Yeah, it's like this new trilogy. It's like, hey, remember all those accomplishments from the original trilogy? Let's trash those.
Yeah, you like those things?
You like these characters? Well, they're dead now.
And they died in stupid ways.
Yeah.
Suck you. Suck it. This is how the world is. And it's like, why? Like, you showed them to be reformed a lot of times. They're like, Luke, or, Luke was like, wow, okay, he's going to go off and do something positive. And Han, oh, he's a different man, right? Nope, both these things are undone. Luke is now depressed again, or, whiny, basically. Han is now basically back to being a scoundrel. It's like, so basically...
Big reset button.
Yeah, that was just a huge reset button. All that developing they've had for the last 3 movies? Yeah, none of that mattered. It's like, ouch, thanks.
At least there's the Avengers.
Wouldn't say that's too much of a deterioration. Wouldn't say that's too much of a deterioration, considering, does the film Secondhand Lions ring a bell to any of you?
Film what now?
Secondhand Lions.
No, to be honest.
Not really. I mean, the name sounds familiar-ish, but not something that I've actually seen.
Okay, small spoiler. Basically, Robert.
Sorry.
What happened?
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
Anyway, Robert Duvall's character basically Robert Duvall's character is sort of out of it. Robert Duvall's character is a bit out of a military firm somewhere in the out of a military firm for a bit. So that's he can care for his would-have-been wife. Then she dies from childbirth, her and the baby. And what happens afterwards? Went back to the only life I knew, back to the Legion. Next 40 years, there's always one more war to fight. Then I got old and came here.
So you're saying upon the first hardship, they would revert back to their original form? My argument against that would be a lot of them, they've already faced their hardships. Han has already, in Empire Strikes Back, he had to face loyalty issues, and then he succeeds. He gets frozen in carbonite. And then Luke, has to fight Darth Vader, and he meets his, he goes from this whiny kid to being a confident Jedi in 6. So they've already had their arcs, they've developed over the years. They kind of, at least in the books and stuff, and how characters work, you don't change that, once you've kind of set in your stone. Maybe you'll question yourself a bit, but you don't like revert back entirely. You know what I mean?
Right. To be honest, I think it was Last Jedi where things really went off the rails. Killing Han Solo, fine, because apparently it was the only way they were going to get Harrison Ford back.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, fine, we'll take that,
Yeah.
It was a contractually obligated death.
Do me in. But even then, it's like, why even have him back? Just don't put him in.
But at least they were building up to something,
Him dying.
They were dropping bits and pieces for a greater plot. And then The Last Jedi happened.
None of that mattered.
Yeah, like Snoke, nope. Any revelation of Rey's parents, whatever.
You want that? Do you like this? I love there's that meme where it's like, you like this? And it's like, destroys it.
And it's funny. There was this whole thing about letting go of the past. Episode 9. Palpatine. Like,
Although it's not too out there for anyone who reads the expanded universe.
yeah.
But if you didn't read it...
Hey, let's just hope they don't drop a moon on Chewbacca, okay?
Oh, yes. That was...
Is that an expanded universe?
Then again, and that is a pretty badass way to die.
Better than falling in a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and it was kind of, the set pieces were pretty but kind of boring, to be honest, a lot of time. You know what I mean? It's a bit underwhelming too. Like, it's like, oh, it's been 50 years, right? And then it's like, so what's the Rebel Alliance look like? They got 4 ships. It's like, what the frick are you guys doing? Like, did you do anything? No.
Apparently they all took vacations for a couple decades.
And then you get the argument, well, they got blown up by the big Starkiller base. And it's like, so you put every ship in the entire galaxy in 3 planets next to each other. It's like, yeah. Oh, you idiots. Like, either they deserve to die if that's legit what happened. You know what I mean? Literally the worst military move you could ever do. So we just put all our eggs in one basket. Oh no, he's got a big super weapon. We're all dead. It's like, wow, okay. And then this last movie ends with like what? Like 10 guys in the Millennium Falcon. Like, so the rebellion is literally like 5 dudes in one ship, apparently. So now they're kind of stuck. So now basically the rebellion or whatever, the resistance is basically gone. Or you got to have a time jump, like a stupidly large time jump, you know what I mean, for them to build stuff back up, which I doubt they'll do. So then there'll probably be a jarring jump from them being 10 guys in a small ship to like a massive fleet, which will be stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do? Is it just going to stay this like rinky-dink little group of guys, or is it going to get any bigger? If it does, then you can't explain it, basically, without a time jump.
They've written themselves into a bit of a corner.
They've written themselves into a corner. There's nothing they can really do. They just kind of have to stick with their tiny group and just...
And that corner's in that trash compacting room from episode 4.
Yeah. They basically have to say, well, so they have 2 options, basically. They have a big time jump, and they build something back up, or they just stick with the tiny rinky-dink team. I'll explain how this rinky-dink team kills an entire fleet of something. You know what I mean? Because in 6, they had a fleet. They didn't go in with like 5 guys to beat this massive rebellion. I mean, this massive empire. They had to plan, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a joke. I'm hoping they just don't go like Rey's just super powerful and just kills everything, because that would just annoying.
Yeah. And speaking of Rey, like, no offense against the actress, but I just don't find Rey that interesting of a character.
Rey's incredibly boring. You're never scared of Rey.
It's like, at this point, I'm only watching for Kylo Ren just because he's trying to be all dark, edgy, and evil, but he's so completely failing at it. It's like a train wreck. Can't help but watch.
Well, it's just boring. You're never afraid of Kylo Ren. I mean, of Rey getting hurt or anything.
Yeah, I'm just interested to say where they're taking Kylo in all of this. It's like,
whenever you see Rey get into a fight, you're like, yeah, it should be fine. You're not worried at all. That's a bad. If that happens, that's kind of a bad sign. You know what I mean? For character development. If there's like no fear that your character will be hurt in any way, then it's like, well, then why are you doing a movie?
and like I said, no offense towards the actress. I grew up watching a bunch of female-led shows like Xena and Buffy, so it's like nothing against women lead actresses.
We're literally watching a kid show with only lead actresses that are girls. So
yeah,
there's no people are like, well, you're just sexist. It's like, I watch a pony show. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not the actors. The writers.
It's the plot. The plot's off. It's a character in the plot. It just makes no sense. You're never afraid. You need to have suspense. There is no suspense. Rey got into the Millennium Falcon for the second time in this last movie. Got on the turret for the first time ever, and shot 3 TIE fighters in one shot. Like, just whoop right through all of them, just kills them all. It's like, woo! I'm like, what am I worried about? She's basically God.
And most of the rest of the cast isn't exactly doing anything for me either.
Yeah. Finn is okay. And then this Rose character, I know everyone hates on Rose. She's annoying, but okay, I guess. I don't know. She's shoehorned in. We don't need her. Sorry, Rose, but that's what happens. That's how it be.
Partly it's a victim of being, hey, this is a character from The Last Jedi.
Yeah. It's also just
yeah.
You don't need to be here, sorry, but we were doing, the cast was already pretty big. Do you think she'll do much in this next movie? Probably. I kind of feel bad for her, obviously, the real person.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I blame the writers, not the actor. The actor is okay.
Yeah.
She wasn't, and then again, she wasn't a great actor. She was okay.
Not her fault she got stuck in a crap movie.
Yeah. Star Wars would be a scary movie to work on. Just, I don't know. I don't know what I wanted. I think I just wanted something new, and it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sad that we're looking back on the prequels and saying, well, at least it was different. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, well, they tried something new, and that's more interesting than just
the pod racing was interesting.
Yeah, I like that. It was pretty cool. That was definitely the best scene from the first
one.
The
music was good.
Oh, the music was fine, yeah. The music's fine in all of them. I think the music in the first three was better though. Yeah, if we're comparing the prequels to the new ones. The prequels are much more memorable. This new stuff is, I don't really remember any of it, to be honest. It wasn't jarringly bad, right? I just don't remember any of it, to be honest. Do you?
Nope.
I thought so. Crystal Skull levels of comparison.
What now?
I had a feeling there were going to be Crystal Skull levels of comparison based on what was popping up.
Or people actually saying stuff in the chat?
Well, it's like this. You guys are saying... Well, it's like this. You guys are saying that basically these new movies are doing nothing technically bad, but they're not going all the way with it. Basically, that's kind of what happened with Crystal Skull.
Oh, Crystal Skull.
It was
Jones.
A lot of people consider it average, but totally forgettable.
Yeah, it's your voice was kind of mumbled on my end. It's like, Chrysalis what?
Yeah,
Zoops.
Crystal. The sucky thing about all this is I'm gonna go back over this tale or all this stuff because it's not, the first layer wasn't good on a lot of it. It's because like the yellow is just so light that you can't see it. You can see right through it.
But like for a first draft, it's not bad.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, yeah. I mean, that tail doesn't look bad at all. I mean, look at that. That's a complicated colors to paint.
Yeah.
This is a really complex shape. The problem with these models is I might need to get new paint and stuff too, because my paint's kind of old. It's kind of watery too, to be honest. I'd like it a bit thicker so that I could paint over stuff right away. It's okay, but it's pretty thick. Well, this is thick. Blue and purple are working really well. because I don't think I'll need to go over it again.
I will say I'm getting the feeling of some ultratheisms because with first of the three it was something along like first of the three it was
You killed him.
First of the three some losses but a big victory.
Yeah.
Well,
Second one by the end you're thinking
How are they going to recover from this?
setback, but second of the three you're thinking setback butts to come up, but then in 6 massive victory, everyone. Massive victory. All stories have their tie-up points.
see that? I'm gonna have to scrape that off. It's there's kind of a code that the fans of Star Wars have kind of built up, yeah, where like, okay, this is a loss win or something, or loss win, or oops. Yeah, I don't really know how to characterize these new ones because they're kind of weird that there weren't. It's kind of small. The scope of everything is kind of weirdly small. Does that kind of get across? We haven't had like a big battle yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At this point,
always been.
At this point,
there's never been.
This point, I'm best expecting a big wrap up for the last.
There's never been a fair battle, which I think that's one of the big things I don't like. So, like in Star Wars, right? So there's the first one where there's little odds, right? And they go up against the Death Star with a couple X-Wings, right? And that's tiny odds against a big thing, right? The next one is Hoth, and they've got a bit of a fleet built up. And the first battle of Hoth, it goes back and forth a bit. You know what I mean? Like, are they going to win? They knocked over a couple walkers, and oh, maybe not. I don't know. Oh, maybe. And so it's more interesting because you kind of don't know how it's going to go, and then they lose in the end, right? So it's interesting to watch. You're kind of, in the back of my mind, you're like, okay, it's the good guys. They kind of have to win, but it is more interesting in general just to get a bit of a back and forth, right? Whereas so far in the new movies, there isn't much of a back and forth at all. It's just
they've been taking the L pretty much the whole time.
Well, it's like, they attack the Starkiller base, and it's even more preposterously blown against their side, right? They win, but it's like, it's so preposterous they kind of have to win, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
And then the next movie, it's like they just get basically chased the entire time, and there's no fair battle. So it's just kind of
the same thing happened in Empire. Kind of the same thing happened in Empire, considering that opening text stated that the kind of scattered had set up a new base, and the Imperials basically had to send a bunch of scouts to try and relocate them. And once that base got destroyed, they were basically on the run. Once that base got destroyed, rebels were basically on the run. Later got caught, managed to get away though, but
the thing about the Battle of Hoth is you get this sense that there's other fleets, there's other stuff, you know what I mean? Hoth isn't their main base. It's one of a couple, right? It's the one with, and that's in universe, and that's kind of how it's implied. And then the Battle of Hoth, they start evacuating way before the battle starts, and so it's implied again, and you understand that a lot got away, right? So it was unfairly stacked against them, but they reacted correctly, and they mostly got away, right? It was a loss, but it wasn't a huge loss, right? It was a survivable loss and a realistic loss. Whereas so far it's just been kind of all loss or all win with battles in the new ones, where it's like they attack the dreadnought and then all of their ships get destroyed. Like, what? And then, they destroyed the dreadnought, but everyone died. It's like, so what was the, and then they start escaping, right? They try to run away, and then they get tracked, and then, they lose like every other capital ship they have. And then so they go to this, they're running constantly. They have no footing, no plan. They're just kind of like, these are just kind of worse rebels, basically. Like, they have no coordination. It's kind of, and so it's kind of, the outcome of all the battles, basically. Whereas Hoth, you're kind of interested. You're like, okay, how's this going to turn out? They might lose, they might win. Same with, like, the big battle at the end of 6, it moves back and forth. They lose a big capital ship, and they shoot down a capital ship, and then, so you're a bit on your edge of your seat a bit more. You're like, okay, how's this going to go, right? Because they're losing, both sides are losing stuff. It's not just a one-sided duck shoot, basically, barrel shoot that it's always been here. I don't know. It's just my thought.
Yeah.
They're kind of boring too. The battles. It's like, oh, look, snow speeders, but worse and less interesting. They only got one plane. Oh, and they all die. Or look, we got bombers that are literally the worst design ever. It's like every ship the Resistance has is like stupid. It's like, why would you buy that? And then they bought X-Wings, that's it. Because it's and I know why there's always X-Wings, because it's super marketable. Because everyone knows what an X-Wing looks like.
I was trying to say at some point there has to be familiar elements in there, otherwise it wouldn't be a Star Wars. It wouldn't be Star Wars. They just slapped the name on it, and that's that.
I'd rather have that than look X-Wing, look Y-Wing. And that's kind of what it's been. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
As I said, I need some familiar stuff. Like, next we'll find out episode 9. Palpatine's been resurrected by a cult of evil Ewoks.
Wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Ooh, frick! You freaking fricks! When will you learn? When will you learn? That your actions have consequences. Who here is a semi-classic Sonic fan?
What do you mean?
It's a YouTube channel. That's really weird, to be honest. Basically, a little kid yells at you about Sonic. But seriously, what more could you want? When will you learn? When will you learn?
Never.
Touch-up time with Nate. Do-do-do-do-do-do. We are using the... Oh, actually, look, I spilled some paint, so I'll just use that. Look at that. God works in mysterious ways. Look away, guys, if you're easily offended. Painting rumps. I mean, look at that. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
If I always sound like overly proud of something, I just have to tell myself that because it makes me feel better about it. All right, all right. All right. Look at that. Ooh. Look at her.
May want to lean down a little bit.
Huh? I'll tilt it down a bit. Hang on, let me get...
Yeah, it wasn't exactly in frame.
I can't tell. Here, let me... Where's frame?
A bit lower from center. I meant it was
Higher. Maybe a little higher.
little bit, and a little to the left. Perfect.
Let's do our eyes, and that will... Ooh, that will be it, I think, for today. Oh, I'm very scared. Ugh. Okay, I gotta breathe. Whew. I can do this. She got pink eyes, too. I've never had pink eye. Have you guys had pink eye?
But I think my mom spent the last known case.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's get the smallest brush possible. Look at that thing. I'm not even going to put some on my palette. I'm just going to dip it right into the right here. You need to have a firm grip of this. Firmly grasp it. Man, this is... I'm not even breathing. You gotta remember to breathe, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Adam's Family's getting a new movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who? Adam Sandler? Ah, you're saying that Adam's Smith.
Yeah, they're getting a new movie. If you haven't noticed.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Ugh. One eye down. One eye to go. Have you seen Missing Link, by the way? It just came out. It was pretty good.
Nope.
You like stop motion?
Eh.
I've been seeing a lot of ads. I can say that much.
I wasn't talking to you, Lexus. We also call her Bob occasionally. You gotta call her something else than you know who. Freaking Voldemort. Intense amount of focus. Is this in frame, guys? Can you see it at all?
Yeah, it's to the slightly lower right of the frame.
That makes sense because my phone is on the, it's on its side right now on my head. Ayo. I'm gonna touch that up real fast because Wow, that's sharp, dude. Dude, yo, bro. Now for the even worse part, guys.
Yeah.
You thought that was bad. Let's get even closer. So how do we do this? Do we do color and then black and then white? Or do we do black and then color around it and then white dots? I think I'm gonna do color, black, and white. So I think I lucked out, and this color is actually pretty close to her eye color. You know, maybe a little bit of white. You think, guys? Right there. Her eye color is there. It's a bit brighter. Oh my gosh, this is tiny. It really starts to show in the eyes how small this thing is. Whoo, doggy. Okay. It's getting late. Having issues staying awake, so here we go. Good time to paint.
Yeah, the downside to the new season starting is I have to wake up earlier.
How big are her eyes? They're pretty big. You know, usually there's not much white showing. Ooh.
Ooh?
Ooh!
Is that good ooh or bad ooh?
Some days it's hard to... That looks sharp. You know, like some... Look at her! Ooh, baby! She looks like she's giving you the eye.
Coming along nicely.
The eyes are incredibly important because usually you're drawn to them. So, look at that face! You can see a face now! It's just not... Whoopee! Woo! Just calm down. I gotta breathe.
Yes, eyes. Normally you're drawn to them, but at the moment, you've drawn on them.
One might more aptly say drawn in them.
Close enough.
By the way, what are your guys' thoughts on Star Wars Land? Or one might call it Galaxy's Edge.
My thoughts are, it is a thing.
I am probably going to go try to do it and go see it.
Maybe if I ever get around to doing Disney again.
What do you mean?
It's not in my immediate plans. It's like,
Probably not in your immediate plans, no.
like not in like the next year or so.
Yeah.
Then again, and my big trips usually correspond to, hey, there's a family thing going on.
Good reason.
Which even BronyCon's kind of turned into. Well, not so much the convention itself, but the weekend surrounding it. Well, not weekend, but the week.
Looky there. Oh, that brings so much character. That helps so much. It's so surprising how much eyes do.
Yes.
I'm going to do a scary tactic and actually use the airbrush to try to dry off the eyes. You can shoot air. Hopefully that helped at least make it tacky. Don't have any black. And I have to do the eyebrows and eyelashes, I just realized as well, so that's great. It's freaking crap everywhere. My head just vibrated. Ooh. Oh, lordy. Am I getting freaking Alzheimer's? Remember that scene I talked about with the Toy Story? That's that same scene with the guy who's threading a needle and his hands are shaking. Super bad. I'm trying not to. Well, he's shaking super hard, and then like right when he threads the needle, he like straightens out and hits it perfectly. Trying to channel that aura. Is that music copyrighted?
What music?
The music that plays during that painting scene.
Mm.
Alex, go.
I was just looking at the wrapping paper, and it looks like someone just dumped a bucket of water on Applejack.
Applejack, no! Look at that! Oh, baby! Should I do the eyebrow now? Oh my gosh. Oh. She has eyelashes. Look at that. Wow. That is so cool. Look at that. Ugh. Now I gotta do it again. The worst thing about working with characters is you do it once perfectly and you're like, now I can't mess it up because I'm really in now. Gosh, I'm shaking so much. Little Nick, put a little Nick on her. We can fix that. We can fix that. Fixable. Breathe, breathe. Take your time, you stupid. Boy. See, fixed. Oh my gosh. Look at her! Woo! She's adorable. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And she can be yours for the very low price of $400. For the amount of time and effort I put into this. Okay, breathe. Okay. I have a headache, dude. I have a headache. We gotta do the whites of the eyes still. The little shines in her eyes. And this is really scary because I have to literally go over all of what I just did. Okay. But this is basically the final touch that I'm gonna do tonight. I could clear coat it, but I don't really want to, right? Just won't mess with it. Okay. Let's actually try this off. I do not want to mess this up. Okay, breathe, my dude, breathe. Okay. Okay. We got white on the tip. Right on the tip. Oh, look at that! Oh. Oh. Whoa. Yo.
Yay.
Wow. I'm gonna unplug. We're going into all range mode. All range mode active. I'm gonna cap. So I got blue down here. I'm gonna cap it to see if it, you know, if I cap it, I might stay dry. I'm a bit scared it might not. That's a lot of color to waste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hmm. Could you guys look up if capping an airbrush will keep it? Oh, there's a hole. There's a hole in it. So it will let. It will let air in. I guess I have to clean it up. Enter stage left. Cleaning tool. And put that there. Put airbrush cleaner in it. And then we just sit here and make it run. I'm gonna see if I can get a rubber band. Run constantly. It's gotta be back and push down at the same time. I don't know how that's gonna work. How about tape I can use?
Gonna be right back. Need to go take my pills.
All right. No, like, is it still running?
Looks good.
Yeah, it came out really good. I think, at least. Personal opinion.
Looks like a very smug Rainbow Dash.
Oh, she like next level smug. Anything else you want to say about the episode?
It was okay.
Yeah, it kind of is like after you
Definitely,
said a certain.
definitely a step down after last episode.
It would be hard to follow that, but yeah,
True.
it's understandable, I guess, is what I'm saying. Is it acceptable? Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to make things a bit more relaxed after.
Lower the stakes a bit.
Pretty much.
Now get some water. Rub my head against the light. You like my Rainbow Dash shield?
Mm-hmm.
Plug. You see me in the mirror there? But yeah, so don't really know what else to say. I hope it picks up a bit again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it being, pretty fast paced the whole season, seeing it as it might be the last. Or it's probably the last. It is the last.
I'm hoping they give us the best that they got.
Yeah. I'll accept a couple downers. This one was probably like mid ground. But I don't want it. Yeah, we need this to be pretty good. With this one, I'm hoping they're getting their lower ones out of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you kind of like that switching up of themes a bit. We got another live action one.
Yeah.
It's always kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see what we do next week. If we do go back to digital, I kind of wanted to do a Scootaloo and Rainbow Dash drawing
Ooh.
of some sort.
Sounds nice.
I kind of wanted to do a series out of it. I like Scootaloo and Rainbow Dash a lot, and they haven't been getting a lot of love. So that is kind of weird. If you think about it, Rainbow Dash and such aren't actually getting that many episodes anymore.
Given what happened last time they tried that, they've got a lot to make up. They got a lot to make up for, I'd say.
What, a Rainbow Dash one?
Rainbow Dash Scootaloo.
Was there Wonderbolts. I mean, it's
Well, I mean, there was the washouts.
yeah,
That's
the
what I'm talking
washouts.
about.
But all right, yeah. We'll wrap this up, Alex. Well, give you something to look forward to. Hopefully, we'll do maybe something Scootaloo and Rainbow Dash. We did a Rainbow Dash today, and maybe do a Scootaloo tomorrow, or next time. Well, look at that. We got a Viper. Oh, and I decked out my laptop a bit.
Huh.
Some sick decals from Bob Dude. Shout out to Bob Dude. I love your art. It's really, really kind of. It's kind of like in between chibi and cartoony, like normal. There's a Starlight by him.
Uh-huh.
Really like his stuff. But yeah. We got some
With that said, major platform last week finally taken care of. I suppose next time will be a bit more I can't help but guess that next week's going to be a bit more grounded in more grounded in slice of life.
Yep.
There's no spoilers. Look at the ugly ships. They're beautiful. Do something. But yeah. Hope you guys come back next.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to keep us on a pretty good schedule. I hope to not miss any weeks this season. Obviously.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, got a big milestone coming. Up next week, and we hope to see you all for that. Take care.
Later.
Later.